Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. First up, the Brandon Foundation joins me in studio as I learn more about their nonprofit organization that focuses on mentoring and tutoring students and fostering leadership. Then it's Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial, and today we are focused on phantom capital gains. What is that and how it impacts your finances? You'll have to stay tuned. And a little bit later, it's epic discounts at epic prices. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
The Brandon Foundation shows students the power of their potential through individualized, family-focused mentoring and support. And joining me is Katie Smith, their executive director, to share more about it. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me today.
Yes. Okay, so I love the premise of how the Brandon Foundation got started because it's about inspiration and hope.
Yeah.
So why don't you share about Brandon and how this whole impactful movement happened?
Yeah, so I was teaching at the time, and Brandon came into my classroom wanting to go to a trip to Australia, and the dream was big. The cost was a lot, but he believed he could go, and so him and his mom went to the parent meetings every single month, believing that he would be on this trip. And
how old was he at the time?
Oh, he was probably a sixth grader.
Okay.
So,
oh, wow. so no car and no job.
Right. And, God bless his mom who had faith in this group that were going to take him to Australia. And she believed that he would be there. And she is just an inspiration really to so many. But he walked in the room and was like, I'm going. And he had, I think, under 500 raised at that point. Mm-hmm. And so we just took initiative and decide, okay, how do we reach out to people who might believe in Brandon's dream? Even Oprah and her producers actually donated to this cause.
Oh my goodness!
And that's when we knew there was something here. It was bigger than just that. And so he went on this trip, and he spent 2 weeks in Australia and did really incredible things. But of course, when something like that cracks your heart open, it's like it wasn't just enough for Brandon, and we knew that there were kids who have big dreams too, and how can you foster an environment where kids really dream big about their lives? And watching that happen is the greatest blessing for me as a leader, because you can just watch God multiply.
Oh my goodness, I love that so much. And it makes me think about how far confidence can take you, because he really believed. He's like, I know that the resources aren't there. I know that this doesn't make sense, but if I believe and focus on that goal, I can achieve it. Oh my goodness, at such a young age. I mean, he would have had to be 13, 14 in sixth grade. And so, okay. So this dynamic moment happens with Brandon. He gets his dreams come true, and I'm sure that he comes home like, everybody, keep dreaming.
What else is
so
possible?
How did it evolve to this organization, and what do you offer other kids in the community?
Yeah, so I was teaching in Indianapolis at the time, ended up moving back to Fort Wayne, and looking around at, became a teacher at Fort Wayne Community, and then deciding man, I just felt this God telling me, okay, you got to step out and do something more, because Brandon's story wasn't just about Brandon, and really also the inspiration of Brandon's mother. And that can't go undiscussed, because Brandon's mother believed in him, and that means everything. And so that was really the inspiration of a mission of God saying there's more that we can do for students, and then also creating the environment where students stay in our program from kindergarten all the way until they graduate from high school. And so we do life with our families. I mean, this is not just a student program. We want our families to be involved, and they are, and they're amazing components to this program. We can't do any of it without them.
And how does the program work? Is this an after-school program? You say from kindergarten up into graduation. How are you spending time with the kids, and in what ways? Yeah,
so definitely after-school program. So we have Mondays as our teen night, and then on Tuesdays is our littles, and we call them littles. They probably don't like that a lot, but our kindergarten through 8th grade, and then our high schoolers get a chance to mentor younger students. And so we partner students with mentors, and then we're also serving in the community once a month. And so the vision really of the program is how to inspire kids to be world changers in our community. How do they go out, not only dream big dreams for their lives, but also with the intent to give back. And what does that look like? Because we know that servant leadership, and when you're out in the world just living in purpose, it's contagious. Yeah. And we need more of that.
We really
do. And then creating experiences for students. So our seniors get to dream a big senior trip, and the littles see that, and so they know that's coming for them.
Yeah.
And so like last year, our graduates went to New York City, and they got to
really?
And that's the spirit of what Brandon did, right? And that we can really dream big dreams for our lives.
Yes. Okay. I was wondering where the if a trip circles back to make it full circle, so it's like that completion moment of the program for the seniors, which is beautiful. And then let's talk about Biz Kids. What is that program?
So really excited about Biz Kid because it really just inspires students to be entrepreneurs and with real money. So in the spring, we host this program where students learn and come up with a business idea. And then they go through 6 weeks of creating a logo, they create a marketing plan, they create just how they're going to do their pitch to the Shark Tank, and then they actually will present a slide deck to local business owners. And 6 people are chosen, and those students get real money to develop that business idea, and then we partner with JA for that business entrepreneurship fair during Three Rivers, and then they get to sell for real profit. And so it's so cool because students who come into our program as kindergartners, they will have created 13 businesses by the time they graduate. And creating that muscle of just empowerment. And so, I mean, one of our students is a middle schooler, and she was so excited to tell me this year that she has a new business idea because she learned in home ec how to make pickles. And she knew that the overhead was going to be low because all she needed was cucumbers and some mason jars and some vinegar. And she was like, she's so excited for that. And I think that's what it's about, right? It's about being able to look around and see what you have and then do it and allow yourself to make some money in the process.
Wow. Okay, so when does that competition start? Like can kids submit for it? Who's in the program? Can they submit for it now? Like, how does it work?
So March is when it starts, and then our Biz Kids Shark Tank is in April. And so they'll prepare all of that, and then they sell in the actual summer. So they start really creating those products once that money is awarded to them. And so we have some really, creative ideas. You let kids come up with stuff, they blow your mind.
I love that.
On the kinds of things. It's way beyond lemonade stand, right?
Right, exactly. Making some cookies. Wow. And so just tell me, I'm curious, what is one of the most extreme businesses that you have seen developed by the kids?
Okay, 2 years ago, one of our students, the problem was, because she was trying to solve a problem. The problem was you eat hot Cheetos and you get your fingers are all messy, and so she said, what if we came up with a business idea where there's a wet nap like glued to the hot Cheeto bag, so that every time. And she was marketing to moms, who's the kids just kind of wipe, you just wipe it anywhere. So she was, and that was. Okay, not really a seller at a JA marketplace, but if she would have been selling at an athletic program or a sports program, those would have been sold out quickly.
Yeah, but listen, she saw a problem and she said, "I'm going to give a solution."
I know, and it just that's when you go, man, like they're really thinking beyond just the business idea. They're thinking of like, well, why not? And then doing it, and then seeing. Whether it is a success or it fails, it's still so valuable.
And that problem solving. So that's in March, you say. April's the competition, but then that leads you to June, which is one of your biggest fundraising events. Tell me about that coming up.
Yeah, so we have Evening to Empower, and that's our annual event where we get to just be with our students, our families, local sponsors, and people who really, in our extended BF family, get to come and celebrate our year. It's also where we give scholarship. And so we have one student who will be graduating this year, and so that is an exciting time to really show the fruit of our mission.
Yeah.
So it's on June 6th at Parkview Miro Center, and on our website there's opportunities for, if local businesses would like to sign up to be sponsors, to really just come alongside our mission. But it's also, our kids get to perform. You get to just see, and the families love it because they come together and they dress up, and it just, you leave really feeling empowered.
Yeah, I love that. And so people can actually participate in giving outside of that event. If they're just listening and they want to be involved in the Brandon Foundation, they can do so through your giving program.
Absolutely, yeah. We just launched our giving program campaign. We're in our 13th year.
Okay,
so
wonderful.
and we're looking for people who will partner with us for $13 a month to help our students grow and thrive in their dreams, but also our mission. And we can't do this mission without people coming alongside us. And at $13 a month, it can really collectively make a really big impact with our mission.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure to
Thank
talk
you
with
for having me.
And if you would like more information about the Brandon Foundation, we'll have their website listed below. You can check out their services and also join their giving program. And I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial, as we discuss different topics to help you with financial planning and retirement planning. And joining me today is Caleb Doan, their Vice President. Hey there, Caleb.
Hey.
Hey, you staying warm?
I'm trying to, yeah. The weather's making that a little difficult, though.
Yes, but the snow is beautiful.
It is.
I just want to snow like every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are talking about more end-of-year planning, and we're going to talk about phantom capital gains. Now, I don't think we've discussed this before, so what is that?
Yeah, I don't think we have. This is kind of a unique phenomenon in certain types of investment accounts. So it's specifically related to mutual funds in an after-tax brokerage account. So if somebody has like an individual or a joint account that they have with an advisor somewhere, or even if they manage it on their own, mutual funds are something that you can invest in, and you can buy one share of the mutual fund and it might own a bunch of different positions inside it. So it owns Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia and all these different companies. Now, you might not sell any of that position that you hold over the course of the year.
Okay.
But if the fund manager for that mutual fund sells any of those underlying positions for whatever reason, it can cause you to have phantom capital gains, is what we call it. And the reason we call it phantom capital gains is because most of the times you feel like you don't end up owing capital gains taxes unless you sell something at a gain.
Okay, yes.
And so in this scenario, you aren't selling anything at a gain, but that mutual fund manager is, and so that gets passed on to you. And so there's people that own these positions for the entire year. They didn't buy or sell anything, but then they get hit with a big tax bill at the end of the year, and sometimes that's not the most efficient way to make sure that your accounts are invested.
Yeah, that's like surprise, surprise.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like what? Okay, so this applies to people specifically who have mutual funds, and mutual funds is different than having just a regular 401k. Is that correct?
I mean, a lot of
Don't
times
you know it?
401ks can be invested in mutual funds, and they're kind of tax sheltered in a certain way. They're tax deferred. But specifically with an after-tax account that has mutual funds inside it, these phantom capital gains can push you up into a higher tax bracket potentially, especially if you have a large position in this. And so people would certainly know if they have a large position in these mutual fund accounts, but they might really not know that there's an alternative option. They might just kind of be used to, every year I end up owing in, $3,000 or $4,000 because of these capital gains, or I've had to get set up on estimated payments because I've owed in so many years for these capital gains.
And so they're owing, but the capital gains are actually like increasing, right? It's doing some type of value
to their overall portfolio?
Yeah, the account values are growing, which is
Okay,
great to
okay.
see, but there can be this kind of tax drag on the account because they're having to pay taxes every single year on it. An alternative that we can use are exchange traded funds, so ETFs.
Okay.
And these typically do not have these phantom capital gains issues that mutual funds do. So that way you're a lot more in control of the taxes, or your advisor is a lot more in control of the taxes that you're going to end up paying at the end of the year.
Okay.
So even if my client's accounts values have gone up significantly over the course of the year, if we're in ETFs and if we're managing, what we're selling out of and what capital gains that we're realizing, we can help avoid some of those capital gains in the accounts, and the client doesn't get hit with a surprise tax bill. And so people out there might just be used to paying these capital gains every single year, and that doesn't have to be the case. If we change kind of the investment structure over to something like an ETF, we can help avoid these phantom capital gains for the long term.
Okay, and this is something that people are aware of. Like, they would
Typically,
know if they are getting charged these capital gains, and moreover, they will know if their stuff is in mutual funds.
Yeah, that's typically the case.
Okay.
So a lot of times people would know that, they just might not know that there's a good alternative there. And so oftentimes when we're investing in these after-tax brokerage accounts, we're using ETFs as opposed to mutual funds to help avoid these capital gains, because sometimes it can cause issues. You can get pushed up into a higher tax bracket. You can get pushed up into higher Medicaid tiers or Medicare tiers where you're paying a little bit more for your Medicare insurance and retirement. There's a lot of things that the phantom capital gains can kind of cause issues with, and so we want to make sure we avoid those.
Okay, sounds like that's a part of your strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial and to learn more about their strategy and how it can benefit you, you can actually give them a phone call. They offer complimentary consultations. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on WANE 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I'm Melissa Bergamini.
And I'm Ashley Howard. Grab your phone and scan that QR code on your screen.
First up, the Rove R2 4K dual dash cam gives you crystal clear video from the front and rear of your car, so you're always protected.
It even watches your car while you're parked. And with the free 128 gig memory card, you can start recording right out of the box.
Plus, you can instantly view and save videos right on your phone with super fast Wi-Fi.
And as we're all driving a little more this season, here's a reminder: insurance prices always change and not always in your favor.
According to Money.com, among insured Americans who switched carriers, 92% saved money and 63% saved at least $100 annually.
If you've moved, drive less, or got a new car, it's a great time to shop around. Save by going direct and skip the agent.
Money.com lets you compare and buy car insurance right from their site.
If you're looking to save and stop overpaying, go to Money.com or scan that QR code on your screen to compare right on their homepage.
And since the holidays are all about family, including our four-legged friends, you'll want to check out their pet insurance.
Our pets are family, but those rising vet costs can make emergencies really stressful.
And that is why more owners are turning to pet insurance. It helps cover unexpected bills, offering peace of mind so families can focus on care and not cost.
Money.com reviewed top providers and found plans starting as low as $10 a month.
To learn more, visit Money.com or scan the QR code right on your screen.
And while we're spoiling our pets with treats and extra cuddles this season, let's get to know them a little better.
Meet the Base Paws DNA testing kit for dogs and cats. It reveals over 330 breeds, more than 280 health risks, and 30 unique traits.
Whether you have a mystery mix or want insights to genetic health, you get a full ancestry and health breakdown, personalized information to help your pet live their best life.
Let's take one last look at today's products and services. Head to epicdiscounts.com or scan the QR code on your screen.
And get ready to scan, shop, and save all season long with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on WANE.com.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Jessica Williams, host of Living Local 15, covering food, fashion, and everything fun in Northeast Indiana. Watch weekday mornings at 9 as we explore the community and I introduce you to some of my new favorite places. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.